With the release of Set 3, Heirs of Omens, there is new decks that are strong, and there are past decks that you should not overlook. Whether you are looking to climb the ladder, or compete in big events such as our championships or the SVO's Qualifier 2, we got some of the top picks for you to have the best chance of taking down both the ladder and taking down the tournament as a whole, so you can bring home the glory, bring home the prizes, and further your growth as a professional Shadowverse player. So, join me today as we go over some of these lists and give you the best chance and knowledge going into every round and every match. So, without further ado, let's get it started with talking about Rune, our very much favorite, as everybody knows, from last set. So, hate it or love it, Spell Boost is here to stay. It was a great contender coming into Set 1, it was a better contender coming into Set 2, and even though in Set 3 it got little to no support, it is still the most, dare I say, the best deck in the format, with this being so early on. I think the format still has to develop itself a little bit more, but I think it's safe to say that it is top 1 or top 2. With Rune having access to cards such as Kuon, Dimension Climb, and Norman, being able to pretty much reset your hand, reset your turn, be able to storm out for 10, or even bigger if you are a seasoned Rune player and know how to get more damage on your 10 drop Shikigami, or if you just have a bad early game and you somehow survive the turn 6, you can start healing pretty much 8. Just the absurd amount of healing, the absurd amount of control that this deck can do. It's just really hard to beat if you aren't just playing super aggressive and killing them before they can get to these threats. So this is why I have Rune as one of the best decks that you should be putting into your decks for SVO and for any other tournament that allows you to run more than one deck. So we're going to look at a list here, but if you aren't playing this deck, I think you're kind of trolling. And here is a quick list that you can pretty much follow as a small little guideline on how to create your deck. But please do your own testing, and please do try your best in testing out the meta before you make your decisions and lock into your decks into that next tournament. So if you are a regular sword enjoyer, there are 2 decks for you coming into this set. We have an old favorite for Aggro Sword, which is the deck that I recommend that you guys play to combat all the control type decks that you will be facing in all these tournaments. And if you just want to show how powerful your credit card is outside the game and in game, then Loot Sword is for you, with pretty much playing a deck that shows how much drip you have and how much money you really got in your pockets, with the Gilded Blade, with the Layer of Usurpation, being able to get all these loot cards that allow you to pretty much flex on your opponent and win through burn damage, and win through other control aspects that Sword now has the new tools for. Now, disclaimer, there is, again, so many control decks, and as we just spoke about with Runecraft being, if not the best control deck, Loot Sword might be your downfall for the greed that is in the deck. So, again, my recommendation is the Aggro Sword. Stop your opponents before they're able to do any type of shenanigans, finish the games quickly, go back, take a break, have that mental reset over your opponents, because you're not one of those people playing all the aggro decks in your 2 decks that you pick for the SVO, and have a good time. So we're going to look at some of these lists here to give you another brief overview of what you should be looking for in both of these type of decks. Now, when you're looking to pick up this deck for Loot Sword, don't get it twisted, but it still can be a bit aggressive in the way it plays. But with the new loot cards, it heavily incentivizes you to play a little bit more defensively, a little bit more control-y, to get that burn damage and heal, and overall just not be as fast as you want to be compared to Aggro Sword. So play this at your own will. If you feel like it is really, really good into all the matchups that you have tested and you feel really confident about it, please do play it. But just know you will have a hard time against these control decks such as Rune and even the new control deck for no attack Wardhaven. But if you want to have a better time, I believe, with the amount of testing that you should have on this deck, Aggro Sword is your deck. Just say, forget about all the control decks, forget about all these slow decks. If you want to win fast, you want to win good, then you play this deck. So, for my people who like to enjoy a break and not rolling straight into your next match and having some time to recharge your mind, please put this on your arsenal for the SVO. And as we move on to set 3, we have a fan favorite of Abyss. As we look back into the past of set 1, it was kind of non-existent and actually a deck that you were trolling if you were playing. But surprisingly, moving into set 2, it was so good it won one of the qualifiers for SVO. And now, as we come into set 3, we have Mode Abyss. And Mode Abyss is, dare I say, really, really good in being able to switch it from being a defensive deck to a deck that can just push your face in whenever they want it. So, with the powerful abilities tacked onto these cards, such as Rulanai and Valornuric, just giving you the option to have Storm or to have multiple bodies to remove the field, and having all these other things, and on top of that, the crest that allows you to double all of these mode effects. Abyss has really turned out to be a jack of all trades type of deck, and it had to go as my number 3 recommendation for tournaments and SVOs coming up. I truly believe this is a deck that everyone is testing in secret to pull out for these tournaments. So if you are interested in winning, I suggest you give this deck a look over, whether you're going to face it so you know what's going to go on, or if you're going to play it so you know how to defeat your opponent in all matches. So without further ado, we're going to look at a list here, but overall, Abyss has been rising and rising, and I don't think the ladder stops here. And before we move on with the rest of the video, I want to give a message from our sponsors, All-in-One Gaming Generation, which is us. You're watching us right now. And my name is Chris, the CEO of all of this. And our mission here is pretty simple, and that's to make esports and becoming a professional TCG player more legitimized and have a process for everybody who is new to the hobby to make it into a career, and for the seasoned professionals that have already been doing it, just have a better process for them also. So we pretty much do that through tournaments. We have our own tournament series to where you can come join us weekly, monthly, and join us for an invite at the end of year finals for each game. And we also offer coaching for you guys, for anyone that is struggling, whether you're playing on the rank ladder or trying to perform as a team and you need a little bit extra counsel and a little bit extra boost. We're here to help you with our expertise. So, and on top of that, if you're looking for any type of gear, whether that is TCG accessories or TCG singles, we also do offers also. So please come join us for our tournaments every week. We host them Fridays and Sundays for Shadowverse and Shadowverse Evolve, and we would love to see you guys competing. Come join us. So we want to see you guys win, and we want to be the foundation to all the pro players in North America and international too. So let's get back to the video, and thank you guys. And here we are with the Mode Abyss list here. Now this is again a very generic one that you guys can reiterate, but you guys see the staples in here. You see the Cerberus, you see the Gensetsu, and now you see all the other powerful cards. And with the flexibility of having Odin, as you guys have seen in pretty much all the other decks, Odin is going to be a very, very good card going into this set. It's just generically so good. So Abyss just has so many tools now that it really can do almost everything. There's some things that it lacks, but it has a sprinkle of every type of playstyle that you want, and has an answer for almost every situation that you pretty much have in the game. So do as you will. Please do test. It's going to be very hard to know exactly what is the best deck or best list for this, and only testing will tell. So please, again, do your due diligence and put the work in so you can get the results when you go through the tournaments. So that was Motabus, and that was my third pick for your top 3 suggestions for the SVO coming up. And I want to give you some honorable mentions here with Disdain Dragon. It was hard to not put that at 3, but I think I'm going to be a little bit reserved with Dragon on how they treat Dragon. The cards look good, the deck does look good, but I think there are some things that it still is missing to be contender with those top decks. I would say it's definitely maybe A tier, right below S tier, but I hope someone surprises me. Wardhaven, the one that does not swing at you, definitely a very interesting deck, but still, I think it just loses to Rune still and all the other harder control decks. But when you're facing against something aggro, I think it definitely just outright wins. And yeah, but still, I would not recommend it when Rune is in a format like this. And then we have Lashena. The only reason I'm not recommending Portalcraft for Lashena is simply because Odin is ran in almost every deck, and you getting your amulets banished multiple times, it hurts. I've seen it, I've played it, it hurts. So that's why I'm not putting Portal up here. And for Forestcraft, nobody's been talking about Forest. Prove me wrong in the SVO somewhere to where somebody plays Forest and still wins. I know it's still a good deck, but I couldn't put it up here with not seeing any pretty much upgrades to it just yet. So that's why that is not at top 3. It could have been top 3, but for me, it's probably right there 4 or 5. So yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm trying to do a little bit more storytelling going into these. I hope you guys enjoyed the way I edited it and did all this stuff. But again, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and look forward to the next one. And please do remember that we all have a competitive advantage when it comes to playing competitively, and whether that's in your own skills or it's in the skills that you have biblically through the Lord, we're here to let you realize that, and I hope you guys also realize that. So please do enjoy the rest of your day.